Good morning, goddesses. Some reason Facebook put these funny glasses and bow tie on me, so I'm gonna roll with it for a few minutes, but I'll take it off. Pretty funny. So today, I'm Ashley, and today I want to share with you guys about tinctures, about herbal tinctures. Okay, this is distracting me. I have to take it off. How do I take this off? Hello, welcome. I'm going to talk about herbal tinctures in a moment, but I just really want to uh, take off this silly. There, okay. All right, so tinctures are a way to extract the medicinal properties from plants in order to create a medicine. There are many different ways of making medicines out of plants. You can make teas, you can make infusions, you can do vinegars, you can do honey, and you can make tinctures with alcohol. So the benefit, all of these are really beneficial for you to take in the beneficial properties of plants into your body. And tinctures are especially beneficial because of the long shelf life. So these will last for years, and you can keep them. And they're also a really potent way to take the medicine. If you have, herbs that you're meant to take, and the tea tastes really bad, so you're much less likely to drink, bad tasting tea, rather than just take a few drops of a tincture twice a day. So usually tinctures will come in a bottle like this. So if you go to an apothecary, you might see bottles like this, and they'll usually have a dropper inside, and usually you'll take about half a dropper full twice a day. It depends on your specific circumstances and what you're using the medicine for. Some tinctures are really gentle and mild, and you can literally just drink them whenever you want. Some tinctures will be stronger with more potent medicine, and you'll want to, be careful about how much you take them. Okay, so I want to spend a little bit of this video connecting into the plants and speaking about the realm of the plants. And so I just want to invite you, if you're here, to say hello. If, I'm curious what interests you in herbalism, what draws you to this, what's your experience with herbalism. So if you want to leave me a comment, that would be really interesting for me. Hey Zoar, hey Ina, hi George. Great. So, hey Rachel. So, using herbs as medicine is an ancient practice, and it's just natural that we as humans connect to the realm of the plants, and that the plants are really here, available for us, to balance our lives, to help us maintain the equilibrium of the planet. And when things are in equilibrium, they're healthy and vibrant and alive. So our goal is to be healthy and vibrant and alive, and the plant realm can really assist us in keeping that vitality. And we could speak about the Western medicine and how Western medicine is really working on the symptoms. And with plants, we're going deeper, and we're going into the core cause of disease. So by working with whole plants, such as this, we're not extracting one little molecule from this plant and using that to address a specific symptom, but rather we're using the whole plant in its entirety to address our whole system. Okay, whole meets whole, keeping things whole, holistic, and deep. So if you dive into herbalism, you can see that each plant has so many qualities, benefits. There's so much scientific research on different plants, and there's like a really, you might feel quite overwhelmed in the amount of information that's out there about plants. And so the approach that I learned from a teacher named Jordan, she works for Potent Earth. If you guys are interested in doing like a mini herbalism course, I really recommend her. Potent Earth is her name, is her business name. So I learned that it's more important, actually, especially for us women, us witches, to connect to the plants intuitively. Okay, so instead of overwhelming the mind with all the information about the plants, connecting to them more intuitively. Okay, so let's just take a few deep breaths together. So I invite you to your comfortable seat to sit up tall. Take a few deep breaths and just invite the realm of the plants into your mind, into your heart, into your body. Breathing in that oxygen from the trees, from the plants. Noticing the plant life growing all over the planet. Inviting in the plant realm to speak to you, to intuitively connect to you. Maybe in this moment you'll already see like which plants are calling out to work with you, because they're there. Their spirits are there. Their spirits are around us, and they're always knocking on the door. A great example of this is weeds. Weeds are not actually weeds, but rather they're plants that are trying to come through to balance the energy of what's happening in the nature and on the planet. So just take another 2 deep breaths to feel and just connect into the plant realm, to invite in the green ones to be with us. Take another breath as you come back, and you can open your eyes when you're ready, feeling gratitude for the green ones for being with us, gratitude for the plant realm, for all of its magic and healing powers, for all the gifts that it brings to us, the shade and life and bounty, that all our fruits and vegetables are actually, part of the green realm, that are bringing us life and nutrients. And so the herbal realm can do that for us as well. Okay, I want to just read the comments here. Georgia said, I would love to connect more to plants and herbalism. I've had some intro to it, but would love to learn more about healing properties. Starting to grow my plants and loving it, just wanting to soak in some new info, no experience with tinctures. Okay, thank you, Anna. Thank you, welcome. And Rachel says, I must admit I feel really disconnected from herbalism and the subtle power of plants, and yes, it feels overwhelming. Okay, so I invite you to, especially for those of us that feel overwhelmed, to work slowly, to notice which plants are calling you. Maybe it's mint. That's a really easy one. Or sage. We work with sage when we burn our incense. Just notice, in these meditations, which one single plant, start really slowly, start really small, and slowly work your way up. And Anna, I welcome you to just, you're growing your plants, so just notice which plants have naturally called to you to grow, that they want to grow in your garden. And just know that it's a two-way road. It's not just like something came into your mind and that's your idea. It's like they came into your mind to join you in this process. So just recognize that conversation, that dialogue that's happening, and that they're actually calling your attention as well. Okay? So whichever plants are being called for you to work with, or you to add to your drinks, that's what you should start working with. And how do you start working with them? So it's exactly that, taking a few deep breaths, inviting in their spirit, asking them to teach you. And even if you don't have the plant in front of you, you can still connect to their spirit and ask them, what do you have to teach me? And if you do have the actual physical plant, that's even better, because then you can touch it, smell it, taste it. You can start experimenting with it. So the first plant that I really started working with was Melissa. This is a relative of the mint family. It looks like this. It's also called lemon balm in English. So this was the first plant that I started working with more deeply, and it's a really, really gentle herb. It's so soothing, cooling. It's like nurturing in so many calm, gentle ways. So I just, took an entire month to just work with Melissa and just have her around me, put her in my water to drink, meditate and take 5 minutes a day, just breathing with her. So that's the way that you can start working with plants. Okay, so getting into the tincture for today. So intuitively today, it's really hot. And I'm a personally really hot person. I have red hair. I'm prone to overheating in my body, and I know that the summers here in Israel are really difficult for me. So I purposely, so I know that I need cooling right now. So intuitively, I connect to. I'm feeling that I want to call in some cooling herbs to help me with this time. Good. Yeah, Anna, lavender is a really great plant to connect with. Lavender is also cooling, and it's also really soothing and calming, and it's also energizing. So it's a good one to use right now and to connect to. So I sat with myself and took a few breaths, and I said, okay, which cooling herbs want to work with me to help me in this time? So I felt Melissa, Nana, mint, and menta is spearmint. So this is spearmint. Oh, and I can smell it, and already by smelling it, I can feel the cooling properties of the plant. Melissa, mint, and zuta. Zuta, it looks like this. I'm not sure how you say it in English. If anybody knows how to say zuta in English, that would be really helpful. But I can also feel from just smelling zuta, it's like that toothpaste vibe, you get like a cooling rush in your nose and your mouth. So I know that this herb is cooling. So I've went ahead and picked a bunch of zuta and some melissa and some mint and some peppermint, spearmint. So it's like nana and menta. Okay, so this is about how much herb I picked, and it's all fresh, and you can literally just give this a wash, okay, and then take a jar, and you're just gonna stuff all those herbs in the jar. So you can use dried herbs as well for tinctures, but fresh herbs work even better. They give a more potent tincture. So there we have it. And what do I need to do now? I need to pour in here a high proof alcohol. So I actually don't have any alcohol on me, so I can't show you the rest, but basically you can use vodka or brandy. Those are the two best ones to use because they're least flavor, and they hey Leanna, yay, getting all witchy with my herbal tinctures. So you pour in here alcohol. You can also mix the alcohol with a little bit of honey, and the honey will also extract properties from the plants. And vodka or brandy. You just pour it in until the top, close the jar with a lid, give it a shake, put it in a cool, dark place for a month. And every day, go visit your jar. Send your breathing, your prayers into that jar. your cooling intention, or whatever your intention is for your healing that you need right now. Shake that jar while breathing deeply and sending good thoughts to the plants for your healing, and then put it back. And do that as many times as you can over the month. You should do it every day, but if you can't, it's okay. Like, you could do it every other day or whenever you remember. I like to put it like next to my rice and things in the cabinet, so that when I go get rice, I remember to give it a shake. And I just want to show you. So this is one that I've already made that's already ready to go. So after a month, this one is with Melissa. So this one's already ready to go. So what I'll do then, once it's ready to go, this I use with dried Melissa. I'll strain out the dried herbs and put it into a jar like this. Okay? This is a sage tincture that I made ages ago. And now it's in a jar like this being stored. And then some of it I'll put into here. And so it's like there's 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. And once it's in this jar, give it a good label. Date it, label it, and then have it when you want. So this one is a bitters. So this was made with alcohol and vinegar. And it has a whole list of different herbs in it. Oregon grape, burdock, dandelion, ginger, rosemary, oat straw, nettle, alfalfa. So you can really get crazy with the amount of herbs that you're using. Or you just have one, and that's Melissa. This one is only one. It's sage. This one is a blend I made with rosemary, sage, and lavender all together. Okay, so you can really play with it and use your intuition. So I made this sage tincture 2 years ago, and I only recently started taking it again because I have irregular periods, and I was tuning into my periods and the irregularity of my periods, and I was breathing into it and asking, what do I need to kind of start regulating this to connect to my cycle and connect it to the moon? And all of a sudden, like, sage started whispering to me, like, you remember you made that tincture? Like, start taking that tincture. And so I've been taking this tincture every day for the last month or 2, and it's been working. It's been helping me regulate my cycle. So I really trust that I made it in the right time, and that I didn't use it for those 2 years, but luckily tinctures are really shelf stable. So I can continue to use it whenever I want. Okay, so I hope you learned something, and I think that's about it. If you have any questions, let me know. Just remember that this is a strong medicinal extract of the plant. So if the plant does have any contraindications, if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, if you have high blood pressure, low blood pressure, you want to make sure that you're double checking with your doctor or with your herbalist, or, checking the counter recommendations online, so that you're sure that you're not, but mostly you can trust your intuition and know that this whole realm of the plants are here waiting for you, wanting to communicate with you. And all you need to do is close your eyes and welcome in the green ones. Okay? So I hope that this was inspiring for you. I hope it helped you to understand tinctures and connection even more. And let me know if you have any questions. Big love, and bye-bye for now.